The Floating Coffin. Once upon a time, deep in the mountains, there was a temple so poor that the priest couldn't afford to have even one apprentice. His only companion was a striped orange cat named Tora, which means tiger. But there came a time when there wasn't even enough food for the cat. The priest said, "Tora, you have stayed with me for a long time, but now I've become too poor to feed you anymore. If you stay with me, you'll starve. You are free to leave me and go anywhere you like." To his astonishment, the cat replied, "Meow meow. Thank you for taking care of me for a long time. To show my gratitude, I would like to do something for you. Tomorrow, there will be a funeral for the daughter of a Yamamoto, rich man. They will have a problem and ask you for help. You should chant Namu Kara Tano, Tora Naya Naya." The priest did not pay much attention to Tora's words. After all, it was just a cat, and the ending of the cat's chant sounded like, "Tiger meow meow." What nonsense! But next day, there was indeed a funeral for a Yamamoto's daughter. Many famous priests chanted sutras for her. Of course, the priest of the poor temple in the mountains was not invited. When it was time to carry her coffin to the cemetery, the pallbearers raised the coffin onto their shoulders and walked solemnly. On the way, a strong wind came and lifted the coffin into the air. It stayed in the air and wouldn't come down. The famous priests started chanting together, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. They chanted and chanted with all their might, but the coffin did not come down. The Yamamoto worried very much. "I can't let her stay in the air like that. These priests are not good enough. Send men for more important priests." They brought priests from the city. They brought priests from here and there. They brought all the priests they could think of. The priests chanted all together, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. But the coffin did not come down. "Aren't there any more priests?" the Yamamoto asked. "No, there are no more around here." "Well, there is one more in the mountains. The very poor priest, but there is nothing he can do." "That's all right. Just bring him here," the Yamamoto ordered. Quickly, they sent for the priest and brought him to the cemetery. His clothes were all torn. He was filthy. What can this priest do at all? Everyone wondered. He looked around at the crowd, thinking, "Imagine, yesterday, my cat Tora was saying I should chant something. What was it that the cat said? Oh, I remember. It was, Namu Kara Tano, Tora Naya Naya. Well, I'll try it." He started, Namu Kara Tano Tora Naya Naya. Namu Kara Tano, Tora Naya Naya. As he said this, the coffin in the air descended a little. Namu Kara Tano Tora Naya Naya. The coffin came down a little more. Namu Kara Tano, Tora Naya Naya. Namu Kara Tano, Tora Naya Naya. Namu Kara Tano, Tora Naya Naya. Little by little, little by little, little by little, the coffin came down. Finally it landed on the ground. At last they could bury the Yamamoto's daughter. He was very grateful. "Outside, you don't look impressive. But inside, you are the greatest priest of all. I'll join your temple. Let me be your parishioner," he begged. So the Yamamoto joined the temple and it became very wealthy. The priest and his cat Tora lived happily ever after. The end.